Hello there, children. My name is Nancy Reagan, and this man right here is my beloved husband. Some of you may know him as Ronald Reagan, but I know him as my little Ronnie.
Hello, I'm the 40th President of the United States from 1981 to 1989. My darling Nancy Poo Pants and I wrote letters throughout our marriage because we did not have what you guys have today.
What's that thing called, sweetie?
I believe it's called an iPhone. Anyways, with these letters, we were able to stay in touch and make our relationship and love stronger each and every day.
Now, I'm going to take this time to tell you all a little story about how Ronnie proposed to me.
Take all of your wasted honor.
Oh, how I remember this night so clearly. The one thought in my mind lately was that marriage became to seem inevitable for the both of us after 2 years of pure happiness together. Everywhere Ronnie and I went, reporters would always present the question of, when are you two getting married? I was beginning to wonder the same thing and beginning to get impatient. Finally, one night, Ronnie and I went to dinner and sat at our favorite restaurant at Chasen's and the booth in the back. By the end of the night, Ronnie finally looked at me and said,
I think we ought to get married.
I was ecstatic. I could have jumped out of my seat and yelled, whoopee, but I could hardly do that at a place like Chasen's. So I answered calmly, I think so too. Okay. Ever since that moment at Chasen's, I've never regretted saying yes to this man.
I think we ought to show them some of our heartfelt letters we had exchanged throughout our happy life together. I'm going to read to you children a letter I wrote to Nancy Poo Pants on Mother's Day because unfortunately we were unable to be with each other. Dear Nancy Poo Pants, M is for the misery for which I have none. O is for means only that without you I would die. M is for the very much when we are away I miss you. M is for the million ways that I love you. Y, yippee, I'm so happy. Take them all together, they spell Nancy. My wife, my love, my life. Happy Mother's Day. From an admirer, if you're curious, my name is at the top of the page. And I'm on the pillow over.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said.
Nancy and I had a ritual which began before we were married. When I would go away to film, she would slip little notes and jelly beans into my suitcase, and I would find them later and be so happy. Because our time away was so hard, it made going away just a little bit easier. This is one of the many reasons why I love my wife, Nancy. She always keeps me smiling and always knows how to make me feel better when I'm on vacation. Dear Mommy Poo, February 14th, 1960. May be the date we observe Valentine's Day, but that is for people with ordinary luck. I happen to have a Valentine's life, which started on March 4th, 1952, and will continue as long as I have you. Therefore, realizing the importance of this to me, will you be my Valentine for now and forever and ever? You see, my choice is limited, a Valentine life or no life, because I love you very much. Papa.
When I received this letter from Ronnie, I instantly got butterflies. However, it honestly did suck that he wasn't home for Valentine's Day, but it's one of the most perfect examples that he tried to do everything he could in our marriage to keep the spark and the love that we had the day that we got married and we did our vows to the day that we died.
As many as you know, Ronnie got diagnosed with Alzheimer's later on in our marriage.
It started off with him slowly forgetting things, repeating himself, and then also failing at doing the most simplest things. When I took him into Mayo Clinic, I knew something was going to be wrong. I had a really bad feeling when we walked in, and I was really afraid to face the truth. When the doctors told me the verdict, I didn't really know what Alzheimer's was. It was relatively new at the time. The only thing that I understand about Alzheimer's was that the man that I loved was slowly going to fall out of love with me bit by bit.
As time went on, even day by day, I began to notice that the Alzheimer's had really taken a toll on Ronnie. And then one day I remembered the letters. Originally, as you guys may know now, the letters were just strictly for keeping in contact while he was away and making our love go stronger, but then I realized that the love letters really were more than that and could make my husband remember what we used to have. So little by little, I began to introduce the letters Ronald used to send me. I started with the small ones that were in the suitcases, and then I worked up to the big ones, like the ones he used to send when he was away for a long time. We didn't realize it at the time, but the letters weren't just the love letters. It was more of what was going on at the time. It was our life, they were memories, and these were all things that could help Ronnie with his Alzheimer's. And by doing this, I hope that I can make such a horrible and sad disease like Alzheimer's a little bit easier and more comforting for my husband, Ronnie, while he's going through this hard time.
Well, children, I hope you now have a good understanding of mine and Ronnie's marriage.
Thank you all for watching.
Do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying.
Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. You make it easier when life